Over the past 2 decades, the world has followed the Hubble Space Telescope. We've watched as new images reveal parts of the cosmos that would otherwise be invisible to the human eye. This year, Hubble reached its 20th birthday, living longer than even its creators ever imagined.
More than 30,000 objects have come under its gaze, and with each observation, a cosmic puzzle falls into place. With 5 servicing missions since its launch, the Hubble Space Telescope has been completely rebuilt. It was 2 decades ago when I first reported on the launching of the Hubble Space Telescope. At the time, experts were predicting that the steady stream of information coming in was so huge that scientists would be studying Hubble images for the next 20 years.
Hubble really changed almost everything we knew about the universe in many ways. For example, we knew that our universe is expanding, but we thought that that expansion should be slowing down. A little bit like, when you throw something up on Earth, it slows down and so on. Instead, we now know that the expansion is actually accelerating. It is speeding up, which was a big surprise, and it discovered something that we now call dark energy, and we hardly know what that is. Hubble helped us find out what is in the atmospheres around those planets. So we found, for example, a planet in which there is water in the atmosphere, where there is methane in the atmosphere. So things that are important for organics and life.
Since the data streaming back to Earth is all black and white, processors must assign colors with different filters. The diverse filters are then combined to create composite images.
Well, some of these images are obviously very spectacular. Is it fair to say that you're creating the colored images, or are they for real out in the universe?
Well, it kind of depends. First of all, what we see with our eye is slightly different than what the telescope can see. The telescope can see outside of the normal wavelengths that humans can see. We can see infrared, we can see ultraviolet with the telescope. We can't see those with our eye. Secondly, the eye blinks every couple of fractions of a second, and so the telescope can actually keep its eye open for 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time. The more you keep the eye open, the longer the exposure, the deeper of the things that you see. Hubble can take many different types of colors, make images out of the colored data that we receive. It kind of depends on what the scientific goal is for the image. A galaxy would be broad colors, broad red, greens, and blues, covering a wide range. Something like a planetary nebula, a star exploding, you want to see the chemical differences in that star, so you would choose very narrow filters and assign colors to those to be able to tell the science story.
But Livio says the most important images are not always the most spectacular. He says the ultra-deep field is the deepest image of the universe ever taken in visible light.
This is a tiny part of the sky, like what you would see looking through a drinking straw, And in that tiny part of the sky, Hubble showed us about 10,000 galaxies. Each one of these galaxies contains about 100 billion stars like the sun. And we now know, because we saw so many in such a small area, that there are some 200 billion such galaxies in our observable universe. This really shows us, how small we are, at least physically, in the context of this huge universe in which we live.
And most scientists at the Space Telescope Science Institute are now busy working on Hubble's successor, the James Webb Space Telescope. The newer instrument will delve deeper into space using infrared light. The Hubble telescope uses visible and ultraviolet light only. The James Webb Telescope is expected to launch in 2014.